while getting cleaned up from Crazy's earlier antics. My plans for the night became even more clear. Rob Anarchy was already scheduled with Deathwish for a tag team match against Cyber and Azazel for their championship titles, so I convinced Mrs. Armstrong that he should defend his backyard championship against my orderly first. Plus, I would place myself at ringside to ensure I got the outcome I wanted. However, if the orderly couldn't do it without using a weapon, he himself would also have to face the consequences.
And the bell rings as we get this match underway.
You know, Gorilla, I've heard that Rob Anarchy has wrestled all over this country.
He has wrestled all over this country. He's actually quite respected by backyard wrestling legends such as the Insane Clown Posse, Christopher Daniels.
I heard he used to work on the Circle K circuit.
Yes, actually he did, but amongst people, Rob Anarchy is wrestling as he shows what he is made of with that stiff kick in the midsection. I'm sure everyone here would be happy to see Rob Anarchy put the orderly down to the 3 count. Already early in the match, going to the second rope.
Only the orderly can come to his senses in time. Too late as Rob Anarchy connects with the drop kick off the top rope. Orderly discussing things with his mentor, pulling all that reservoir of wrestling knowledge from Dr. Sean Matthews.
It looked to me more like they were trying to figure out some way to cheat, as that's pretty much all that Sean Matthews and the orderly do with himself.
Elbows to the back of the head by the orderly.
This has already become a heated match. The orderly particularly vicious.
Rob locked with the man-pain armbar.
Anarchy soaking up a lot of punishment, but then again, when you are a backyard wrestling legend, punishment is the name of the game.
The orderly is certainly keeping things ordered.
I'm telling you, Ninja, Rob craves pain and body punishment. That's why he's involved with this. That is why he carries that belt.
The orderly, however, is a machine. The orderly throwing Rob Anarchy. Trying to help Rob Anarchy.
Rob Anarchy. That's just a wake-up call for Rob Anarchy. He's trying to show these people just how far he is willing to go.
A good doctor told me.
Look at this, the orderly going for the belt as Anarchy turns the table on the doctor on the other side of the ring.
Did you see him strike the doctor? Anarchy is spitting in his face.
Stiff belt shot to the side of the head.
Really admiring the belt. In no way thinking of using it as a weapon. Drop kick on Anarchy, who goes through the rope. He's laid out, folks.
Strutting around the ring with his belt. Of course, Ninja, you probably think he deserves that belt.
Of course he deserves that belt. He's going to follow in his footsteps.
You know, bringing Rob Anarchy back into the ring is the orderly. Double undercut from the orderly to Rob Anarchy.
The orderly is a master of the four-sided circle.
Do you actually know anything about wrestling, or do you just open your mouth and talk and hope something makes sense?
I spent 3 years in Stamford, Connecticut. Bet you know coffee. I know plenty about wrestling. I know wrestling takes 2 sugars.
The champ comes down awkwardly as the orderly throws him stiffly against the turnbuckle. But he doesn't take the time Ninja to capitalize on these moves. Instead, he chooses to brag about his accomplishments.
The orderly is merciful, and he's trying to bring his crowd into the match.
Again. But nonetheless doesn't make it right, Ninja. As the orderly sends Rob Anarchy flying with an impressive German suplex. It appears as if Rob Anarchy is indeed dazed. He doesn't know where he is, but he still manages to reverse the move of the orderly into a DDT ninja. That is what ring awareness is all about. Ring psychology, wrestling in one word. Can he get the 3 count? Long 2. As referee Slim Pickens pays careful attention to the position of the orderly's shoulders.
Dr. Mack,
It appears, however, that the orderly has turned the table as he goes for a tornado bulldog from the turnbuckle.
Edward Dixon doesn't like what he sees. He sees a alpha wrestler. He sees a backward wrestler. He sees someone with no class.
I tell you who has no class, Ninja. It is that doctor standing right there on the side of the ring. All he does is get involved in matches, screwing hard-working wrestlers out of titles and gold they rightfully earn. You know nothing about wrestling.
The doctor has a great plan for all of his patients. This is only going to help. How dare you question his therapy? How dare you question his methods?
I dare question his therapy and his methods because of the way that the matches always go when he is out by the ring. Powerful, powerful slam by the orderly.
So the orderly, feeling the pain of his own movies, trying to shake off the cobwebs, he looks to the doctor for advice.
Protege once again conferring with his dirty snake of a mentor. I hear that Dr. Shawn Matthews is actually single-handedly responsible for the introduction of crack to America. That is how evil that man is.
But he is a necessary evil gorilla.
Fantastic.
If we let him, like Rob Anarchy, rule the wrestling ring, if we let him do the things where the agony, our country will fall into that.
Rob Anarchy comes from a long line of wrestling legends. I think you know of who I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Squirrel Nut Zipper, the Lawnmower.
Could you even speak English? The orderly on the second row. Irish maneuver. Paul Bailey, the Irish maneuver. That's what happens when you get cocky like that, Ninja. He doesn't have his mind on where he is or what he's doing. He is only focused on being the orderly.
8 minutes into this match, the Dr. Matthews can't be happy with the way it's going for his protege.
I would say, though, anything that makes the doctor like makes me very happy as the orderly is authoritatively monkey flips into the center of the ring.
Rob Anarchy struggles to his feet. The only thing he wants for in this match.
You can tell that Rob Anarchy is working from somewhere deep down in the keg. He's trying hard to get to his feet and to turn the tables in this match, and I just think that he might do it, Ninja.
People orderly
Trade
body
punches.
on. He can trim the hedges, but he's not going to defeat anybody who has been to a Dr. Matthews.
Rob Anarchy is going to put him at the bar again as he covers him for a long 2 count. Once again, proving why Shawn Matthews should be completely banned from ringside as he gets involved in the match.
Dr. Matthews was only defending himself. Rob Anarchy was going right towards him.
The orderly with the roadside, slamming it into the skull of Rob Anarchy. Rob Anarchy, though, this one is forthright.
Orderly goes for a running elbow on the top of the side.
from the side, but he thinks as Rob Anarchy reverses the move.
Look at him telling him.
As these snakes in the grass start heading towards the backstage.
This isn't classy wrestling. This is backyard hardcore wrestling, which doesn't pay tribute to the quality of wrestling that has come forward.
Referee Buddy Pickens carrying the count. Anarchy taking it to the leg of the orderly. And Shawn Matthews, that evil, dirty man of a doctor, bemoaning the fact that his wrestler is on the receiving end of so much pain and punishment.
But this is what happens. The orderly is seeing what happens when you don't listen to the doctor's advice. He has a very, very careful plan, and the orderly will get to fruition.
No, I think that what is interfering with his plans is that no one counted on the fact that Rob Anarchy can soak up amazing amounts of punishment, as evidenced by him getting hit with that road sign.
No question that Rob Anarchy can also soak up vast amounts of water and still not break the money.
2 counts.
The orderly's got too much excited to lay
Referee Slim Hackett making the count. Anarchy can't quite make the completion on the 3 count.
Anarchy on the top rope, I can almost count his red.
Once again, proving that high-risk maneuvers don't always pay off, and when they don't, they can affect the outcome of a match, Ninja.
What time? We're 12 minutes into the match. There's little time left for the audience to make something of the doctor's orders.
Yes, I'm told by the timekeeper, Ninja, that there are 2 minutes left in the regulation of this match. As the orderly once again turns the tables on Rob Anarchy and begins taking the fist to him. Oh, the headbutt didn't quite pay off like the orderly planned on it paying off.
Still, 2 minutes with the doctor's plan to unfold like the genius it is.
I tell you what, Ninja, if the doctor and his proteges would focus on wrestling instead of not wrestling and cheating to win, more matches.
I think it's right. Rob Anarchy also gave up his law in the business. He might put up any sort of semblance of a fight worthy of the doctor's good time.
Get up there! Get up!
Busted by Rob Anarchy on the orderly. This is not how
Rob Anarchy signaling to go to the top rope. As the doctor once again gets involved, showing exactly why he should be at ringside.
The orderly throwing Rob Anarchy into the match. They drop off the back.
It is really unfortunate when you see a particularly good match ended like this.
With my help, the orderly was able to win the match and dethrone Rob Anarchy as the backyard champion. However, my assistance did not come without a test. Even though I handed the street sign to him, I still expected him to know that he should choose not to implement it, because he knew what he would have to do if he used a weapon.
Orderly, you know what we're talking about. You use a weapon. You aren't supposed to use it. I was testing you. If you used a weapon, you had to give me that title. Come on, give me the title. Orderly. You won't get me down. Give me the title. Now, for those of you who do not know, any champion can rightfully pass off any title to the man he believes should be the champion. Orderly has just given me the backyard championship. Now, your new backyard champion, Dr. Sean Matthews.
A true champion, the Doctor.
Since it's something the general audience wouldn't understand the deeper context of, when I turned to face the crowd on the left side of the screen, that was not purely coincidence. In fact, I knew that Rob Anarchy's own mother was centered in that side of the crowd, so I couldn't help but make sure to look her in the eyes as I declared myself the new backyard champion.